Hello, RustConf. Good to see you all here. Thank you for joining me here, and for sure, those who are joining remotely. My name is Wojciech Kargul. I'm a software developer and president of one of the biggest Polish Rust communities, Rust Gdańsk and Rust Poland. So before we dive in, I'm having a question for you. So who here is part of the Rust community? Yeah, I believe like we all feeling a part of the community today, right? Because of the RustConf. But there is another question. How many of you has ever thought about building one, community? Yeah, I know where you are, guys. So I've been there, done that. Yeah, so perfect. Today, I would like to share with you exactly how I built and scaled Rust Gdańsk from one city to like a nationwide movement. What worked, what didn't, and how you can use these lessons to grow your own Rust community. Yeah, so Rust Gdańsk didn't start it as a bold public event. I would say in reality, it started when I was sitting at home, fully remote, post-COVID, having just switched the project to fully remote, which gave me like totally almost no in-person interaction. At the same time, I had newborn twins. You might imagine the feeling. Life was surely wonderful, but it was, challenging. Don't blame me. I haven't been looking for the way out home this time. But yeah, I actually was about to meet other Rustosians in the city. I was looking for some, talking, meeting face-to-face, maybe exchanging ideas. Yeah, just like feel connected again. And yeah, so that was the main idea, and that is actually how the idea for Rust Gdańsk has born. So it was not like a grand plan, to be honest. It was like something more, I would say, very human. So, the need for real conversation, networking, yeah, and finally the reason to get out of the house. Yeah. So finally, over the time, that spark grew into something bigger. That was my dream, actually. It worked in Gdańsk, so I decided, we decided with the community to scale it. If it works in our city, why it can't be spread across the country? And maybe beyond, So yeah, these are like the graphics that we usually put in front of our meetups, and as you can see, there's many. Yeah, so if you are starting from scratch, the biggest challenge, I believe, is getting people to show up. So this is what worked for me. So at the very beginning, I posted information in local user groups, like on LinkedIn, on Discord servers. Local software developer groups. The people are seeking for knowledge. Rust is the most admired language, right? There is always something in the space about Rust, so it hasn't been hard to appear there. Uh, I've also set up a meetup.com event. We gathered like 70 people on the very first meetup, so I believe it's a lot. So yeah, I appreciate it very much. And what I would suggest is like to use whatever socials you use locally, just to stay visible. I would like to drag your attention to this, that you shouldn't do the hardcore topic at the very beginning. So don't dive to compiler stuff. Maybe one of your first talk should just focus on how to start Rust, what actually Rust is, and why it's better than anything else. I think it's easy, but yeah, the possibilities are countless. Yep. Remember that this should be approachable, beginner-friendly for sure, and inclusive. By partner early, I mean here just try to reach out local tech companies, universities, just to reach students, because those people, those companies, universities are often happy to lend like a room or pay for pizza, or just help you spreading out the information that this is happening, because you have to appear in the space. They have to know about you to join you. Yeah, but what is the real secret actually? This is about people, right? So you have to make people feeling they own the community. How would you know that they need something? Like, what would be the easier way? You have to just listen to them. So just ask questions. What do you want next? What do you like about our community? And then listen actively. So one of my favorite quotes is, people come for the topic, for sure, but they stay for the people. There is this human component every time, and this is the most important thing, I would say. Yeah, so the hardest part isn't starting the community. It's keeping it alive, So I know like at least a few meetups that ended up after 3 or 4 in-person gatherings because the energy fades, So to keep the momentum, I would like to suggest that, keep doing it, even as long as there is only 10 people or 5 people, just gather, talk, appear there, and that could surely pays off, Yeah, and I know usually you are the only person, especially at the very beginning, that invest energy into setting up and building the community, right? But please remember that you cannot be like the only guy sharing and talking about every time. If you have any speaker, who is great, don't use it too much. Like, try to rotate the voices. Yeah, and if you see you've got people joining you, try to talk to them, take some feedback, because sometimes the best improvement is from the people. And about the people, right? So micro-engagement, that's a very crucial thingy. Try to engage people as far as you can. Like, people love to take small roles, taking photos, welcoming newcomers, running some lightning talks, maybe taking care of the Discord server, posting in socials. All of these things are keeping people, engaged. Yeah, and this is one like a example. So my friend that I've met on Rust Gdańsk Meetup has prepared those two graphics. Rafał Draws is today a co-organizer of Rust Poland and Rust Gdańsk. I really appreciate that he turned from the usual, Rustation that come to a meetup into the person who is responsible for our gatherings. So, this is great. This is how you do it. Like, engage people even by doing like a small piece, not even related to programming. Yeah, but meetups are great, right? In-person gatherings, I would say, are great, but not for everybody. There are still people that would like to hide a little bit from others, but are still interested into networking. Remember that it is not only about hands-on experience. It's also about some engagement after and like on internet. So some hands-on workshops that you are preparing remotely, maybe some open source engagement. Actually, in Rust Gdańsk, we started with one open source project because we believed that there is some space. There should be some space for the people that has like no production experience, and we would like them to give this opportunity to have some. And so yeah, either open source project created by your community, or maybe some open source contribution to something what exists, like Bevi, Dioxus, some other places. There's like the open source capabilities are, I believe, endless right now. Yeah, I've already mentioned university collaborations. These are great. We actually don't do it much, but I see the value behind that. Because there are proactive people there. Students who joined us are like one of those people who are throwing the questions all the time, are interested into like all the topics. It doesn't really make any difference for them if it is embedded or a business application or crypto even, right? So yeah, try to attract more people by your university collaborations. If you have more time, if you have more resources, and I'm looking for sponsors here as well, but yeah, if you have a space to organize a hackathon, it's always like a great opportunity to gather all the people and make them, grinding, like building something. This is something what surely pays off and keeps the energy on high. And yeah, last but I believe not least is about sponsors. So I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The more effort you put into thinking about sponsors, into trying to reach them, the more you've got, right? It isn't about money, actually. It's about even some support, like mentally. Companies got wonderful speakers, talented people there. Some ideas are born like, on fly when you're talking to business. And don't be shy, like just do it. How you can do it? We are going to the beginning of the talk. Just try to stay visible. Post on LinkedIn, post on meetup.com, reach out to people, like even in here, even on Discord during this conference. If you have the energy, I believe that is what is required here, like to get some sponsors. Yeah, so what you're giving people, like business, is visibility, like some brand. I think sometimes it's just enough. And I think like it is a good moment to appreciate our sponsors. So Dynatrace, Fathom.io, JetBrains for sure, compile.com, compile.pl. These are the real advocates of the Rust language for sure, like the real curators. Yeah. And finally, the lessons from the Frontlines. The truth is, there is no receipt. Like, there's no magic formula. It's all about consistent action, willingness to adapt, and remembering that the goal is the people first. But we have some lessons that we learned, and what worked for us. Surely it was about small, frequent events, which are much better than big but rare ones, I've already underlined it, but empowering members to contributing in tiny ways is very important because the people own the community. Oh, yeah, and the very last thing is about the transparency. So if you have like some money flow, if you have some ideas, what you would like to do, try to be honest every time. Like share everything with the audience, because with this, you're gonna like engage them more because there would be always a feedback after your speech. With some, report of the current state of our community, as well as you're becoming authentic, and people appreciate it a lot. What doesn't work, actually, and what didn't work for us, so it's about overloading the calendar. Especially at the very beginning, when you're on energy high, like after this conference, I believe we all will be there. There's many right now interactions in between us. So even after this talk, maybe you can feel like motivated to do something. But please remember, the energy fades if you put too much pressure on yourself. So yeah, don't do this. We've been there. We've overloaded the calendar, and it surely doesn't pay off. Yeah, I would say about the technical stuff, but this is some obvious, like if you don't have a slider, but there is a slideshow during the event, or you have a slider, but you have no HDMI cable, it doesn't really matter. You will always find some solution. Sometimes even just talking to people is enough, but if you have no backup speaker, it might turn into nightmare, right? But actually, it's hard, right, to have a backup speaker, right? And I can invite somebody from abroad to my country, to speak out there. And if this person doesn't appear, it might be hard, to find somebody. So please be prepared for this scenario anyway. Like maybe prepare some questions to the audience, try to animate the crowd, maybe think about organizing some lightning talk session. Like having always a plan B is a good thing. We were surprised once, but yeah, we managed, and nobody even, find it out that we had some problems. And yeah, if you assume that sponsors will just appear, I think it's a common mistake. The market is right now, especially right now, changing. So, remember that as much as you invest your time into it, you will get more. But surely there are, great people everywhere. You can find them even in here or on RustConf Discord. Just try, Okay, yeah, and this is like your turn right now. I told you what we did actually. So yeah, think a few seconds maybe. In your city, what could be the spark for a Rust community? Or if you have a community, so what you can do to make it stronger, right? Maybe, post on LinkedIn, organize some coffee meetup, invite some friend, to the local user group, maybe research on some solution, just take an action. So yeah, that's my challenge for you. So in the next 30 days, take one small action to start or strengthen a Rust community where you are. Yeah. Thank you very much. This is actually it. Do we have any questions, maybe?
Hi, thanks for the presentation. I organize a small informal Rust meetup in Northern California, and one of our challenges is the diversity of the audience. Because sometimes half the room will be folks from just walking over from Google who've been working with Rust on Rust for many years, and the other half of the room is downloading Rust up and looking at tutorials. What experience do you have serving a very diverse audience?
So I would say the half of our audience are Rust professionals, like people who tried Rust even once or do it daily. Sorry, I don't mean like the half of the audience is aware of the Rust capabilities, and the second half of the audience have ever heard something or is just there, for pizza or so. So I would say this is a diverse audience. So we are trying to choose the topics of the talks and make our speaker aware about it. Just to try to divide the material for them to be attractive, like for everybody. I would say it's on speaker this time, or more maybe also about host. So if you are organizing something, remember about this diversity and try to animate the crowd a little bit. Thank you.
So thanks. Thanks for the talk. Something I was curious about, two things specifically. One is that you said you liked small and frequent over like rare and large. And I'm wondering about the frequency that you like doing events at, and like what the size trade-off that you're willing to balance with that is, because like one of the things that in Seattle at least we struggle with is like our current cadence is monthly, and we don't really have people that show up more frequently than that. Or at least if we have, I'm not sure, because I only have so much time to be able to attend.
Okay.
And then the other thing I'm wondering about is sponsors and how like you got started with like the early sponsors.
Okay, thank you. These are the great questions. So first of all, what does it mean it's frequent, right? And I would say it's like every 1 or 2 months, but whatever works for you. It could be even 1 meetup per quarter or half of the year. But if you do it every quarter, just keep doing it every quarter. You can't end up in the situation that in March you have one and another meetup is like in December where everybody are traveling for Christmas, for example, right? So yeah, try to be consistent in whatever you choose. But yeah, I would suggest like 1 meetup per 2 months, like in person. I wouldn't say about other activities because these could be more frequent, especially those that are happening remotely. But yeah, in-person gathering every 2 months is a great choice. And yeah, about the sponsors, I wouldn't say there's a receipt, especially even at the beginning when you have like nothing to offer actually, because you just appeared in the space and you would like to do something. And as I said, the market right now is tough, right? Like there's like no budget in majority of the companies for this kind of marketing, but there is still some. And what we did at the very beginning, and what I really appreciate is, for example, we asked Luca Palmieri about his very well-known book, Zero to Prod. And he was, he's a great person, curator of Rust language, and he just sent it out to us. So that was like a great contribution. We also had the story about Rust Jobs Dev. That's one of the biggest job portal. Alex Garela just, reacted to the LinkedIn post. He appeared like from nowhere, just for myself, I just posted and he appeared. And it happened, but without taking an action, without posting it somewhere, it wouldn't happen, right? And most of us, I believe, work somewhere, at least for some company. So maybe the easiest way is just to ask your, boss, manager, CEO, are you interested into some contribution? It could be, like they can pay for pizza or, pay for your t-shirts. We actually produced some t-shirts with the swag that I showed, yeah. And, people appreciate it a lot.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much once again. And if you would like my contact details, just approach myself on Linktree. There's everything. Thank you.